like to welcome the wonderful and brilliant Lynda West. She is an editor and a columnist at Life by Design magazine. She's the executive producer for Wishman Movie. She's a founder and creator at Living Live TV. She's the author, speaker, mother, and wife. Lynda West, welcome to the Soulkation Podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Of course. Do you remember the first thing I said to you when we met, maybe like 4 or 5 weeks ago?
You said, "You're sweet." No, I don't remember.
I walked up to her and I was like, "Your hair is always so shiny."
You did. That's great.
I was like, this is a random compliment, but your hair is always so shiny. So that's my first memory of you.
That's the angels following me around.
We're definitely going to go with that. So to me, you are a woman who seeks to always keep herself full. And this is just me observing you.
Okay.
This is the Soulkation Podcast. My question to you is, why do you think keeping your soul, why do you think keeping your mind and your heart and your spirit on full is important?
Oh, gosh. I just, that's an interesting question. I've never thought of it. So you got me here. I wake up in the morning and my whole mission for my day is to be a better person today than I was yesterday. Mm-hmm. And I feel like as long as I'm making efforts and, strides to do that, then I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, as part of what I'm doing while I'm here.
Right.
And that fills my soul, is to know that I'm striving to be a better person.
Yeah. I love it. You stated that January 1st, 2015 changed everything for you.
Yeah.
Can you take us to that morning and tell us what you uncovered?
Yes. Prior to that, I had hired a life coach in August of 2014. And she helped me to go through this journey of self-discovery. Who is Lynda West? What the hell am I doing here on earth? We're all here, but why? What's my purpose? And she really helped to unlock so much in my mind and a self-discovery of who I am, what I'm supposed to be doing here. And what that did is that led me down a path to quitting my job. I had worked 49 jobs in my lifetime. And the last 20 years, I had been a legal secretary working at 7 different law firms in 20 years. And my last job was working for a judge in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. And while I was on that job one day, I realized that I was so unhappy. And, I came home, told my husband, I'm quitting my job. We're going to sell our house and I'm going to follow my dream and passion of helping people. And he's like, what? What the heck? Okay, I get it about quitting the job thing because, you've had 49 jobs. So I get that. But the selling the house, like he really didn't want to sell the house. But then he saw how important it was for me to, live the life on purpose of, who I am and what I'm here for. And so we did. We sold our house. And I'm so fortunate that he's so supportive of me and who I am. And we sold the house and embarked on this journey. Well, that was November of 2014, right before Easter. Right before Thanksgiving. And so January 1st of 2015, I woke up that morning and I said, you know what? I have to do something different. I was talking to myself. Lynda, you have to do something different. You've just made a huge change in your life. You're starting to really unfold and discover who you are. You're blossoming into this brand new person. You need to do something different, really shake it up. And so I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to face a fear every single day this year. And January 1st was the start of it. I said, what scares me? The first thing that popped into my head was the thing I did that day. And I did that every single day in 2015. So 365 fears I faced that year and really changed my life so much, so much.
And that's why you wrote the book, The Year of the Fears.
Yeah, The Year of Fears was based on that. And it really, I didn't chronologue or what do you call it? I didn't journal my year because I didn't think I would write about it. I was just doing a personal growth thing for myself personally. And then after the year was over, I was talking to some people and they were like, oh my God, you should write a book about that. I said, okay. So I started to piece together this book. It's called The Year of Fears, the 7 most important lessons I learned that will save you time and money. That's because during that year, there were a lot of mistakes I made, a lot of costly and time cost mistakes. And I wanted to share with people, if you are doing anything in your business, because I have my business and stuff. So if you're doing anything in your business, you should follow these and make sure you don't do these 7 things that I did.
Right.
Or at least do them right, unlike me, because it costs a lot of money and it costs a lot of time. And so that's really what the book is all about, is to teach the lessons that I learned during that year of fears.
Do you mind sharing one of your favorite ones from the book, or one of the toughest lessons, or whichever one you want to share?
Oh, yeah. Well, the toughest lesson was definitely the chapter number 1, which is the numbers matter, budgeting. I don't like looking at the numbers because the numbers don't lie and they tell you how poorly you're doing or how well you're doing.
Yeah.
And so I really, really didn't want to look at the numbers. And because of my ignorance and my stubbornness of not wanting to look at the numbers, I was putting on an event, and my sister actually was helping me with the event, and she's a numbers person.
Mm.
And she says, "What's your budget?" And I go, "Budget? What?" you know? And I didn't have a budget, and I didn't want to put together a budget. She kept saying, "You need to put together a budget. You need to put together a budget." And I just kept ignoring her. Well, at the end of the day, when that event was over, it was literally 4 months from idea until event. It was called Lemon Zest and Garlic Fest, an amazing food festival. We had almost 1,000 people in attendance, and I lost or educated myself with, it was like a fast education, $70,000, $70,000. So I had to come to my husband and say, "I'm so sorry, poor thing." I'm so glad again that he's so supportive, because he still believed in me that I could turn things around and make things happen. And it was a huge financial loss. However, it was a huge growth gain. And so when I look at it was 4 months instead of 4 or 5 years of college, where I learned so much more about business in that 4 months than I would have learned even in college, because it was like hands-on. Really, I'm learning with my own money. I'm spending my time and my energy. I brought on volunteers to help me out. So I did everything, and I learned as much as you possibly could about an event, that one event, in 4 months.
Wow. I love that. So since you're the creator and founder of Living Live, you are truly living live. I mean, you've done over 3,000 videos, and that is amazing.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, what gives you the courage to press play every single time?
Well, everything has a story, right? And so this also has a story too, like why I've done so many videos. I started doing videos in 2014, and that was April. So it's been a little over 4 years since I started doing videos. And how that happened was, this young man that I know, his name is Ryan. I've known him since the day he was born. My best friend is his mother. And he was born with cerebral palsy, like severe cerebral palsy, never been able to walk or crawl even. And he's just an amazing young man. Well, at that time, he was 30 years old. And one day he sent me a message on Facebook, and his message was, "Would you do a video for me? I think you're really funny." And in my mind, I'm saying, hell no. But that's not what came out, because I just, I love Ryan so much, and I really want to do as much as I can to help to make his life better. And so I said yes. And so I recorded this video on my camera. I didn't even know my cell phone had a camera at the time. So I actually broke out an actual camera and recorded this really short, probably 10-second video where I said, "Hey, Lynda, it's Ryan. Here's the video you requested. I hope you have a good day," something like that. And then I ended up posting that to Facebook, and he saw it, and then he called me up later that night, and he just so your listeners know, when Ryan speaks, he has a hard time speaking a full sentence without stopping and starting over. So this one little phrase took him about 5 minutes to say to me because he'd start and stop, start and stop, start and stop. And so his phrase was, I really like your video. Would you do one for me every day? And I was like, does he say every day? You know, in my mind. And he did every day. And I said, yes. So I spent the next couple months doing the pre-recorded videos and just not even knowing what to talk about. I had no idea. I would talk about the traffic, or I would talk about people, or I rarely talked about my business, but every day I would record the video and delete it, record, delete, record, delete. And every day I would have to finally get a final video out, download it to my computer, upload it to Facebook, and, press that send or post or whatever. Yeah. And then it was out there into the world. So Ryan could see, but everybody else could see.
Right.
That was so terrifying for me every day because I grew up in an environment where kids were better seen than heard. And you want to keep quiet because if you're noisy, then somebody could get in trouble, kind of thing. It was an abusive household. And because of that, I learned to be quiet and not say anything. I learned that people might judge me for what I say. My first husband, unfortunately, used to tell me every day that I was stupid and ignorant and that people were only nice to me because they felt sorry for me. The reason this is important in this story is because Ryan, by asking me this one question to do something for him, it wasn't about me at all, and it's never been about me, is him asking me to do that one thing for him helped me to get out of my shell. And it also helped me to see that I do have value, that I am not stupid, that I am not ignorant, and that people are nice to me because they actually like me. And it was all from these videos.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
I can tell that you, even with Ryan, even with Living Live, even with you doing Life by Design magazine, all of these things probably were told to you or encouraged for you to do through your mentors. So my question is, how did you choose your mentors and how did they choose your return? Because a lot of times we seek somebody that we think we'll have a connection with and we end up not having a connection with them. And the mentors that we actually end up, listening to and allowing them to guide us, they choose us also. So how did you choose your mentors and how did they choose you in return? I don't know if you would know that side of it, but.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. Actually, none of them did encourage me to do these things. These are my own heart-centered things. And, we are guided, I believe, we're guided to what we should be doing because one thing I discovered is that, if I want to spend the rest of my life having as much fun as I possibly can, because I don't know when my last breath will be taken. So I want to have as much fun as I can. And I want to spend my time with inspiring and positive, uplifting people who want to make a positive impact on this world. And so it's kind of interesting. I made that declaration out loud one time at one of my events that I was holding. And after I said it, I felt like, oh my God, that was so superficial, but there were people that walked up to me afterwards. They're like, that's amazing. I love that. Yeah. And they're like, I want to do the same thing. So that was really cool. But what that did is by voicing that out loud is I ended up spending my time having as much fun as I can, hanging around uplifting and positive people that are making a positive impact on the world. And I'm now surrounded by that. And so when you're talking about, mentors or coaches that, finding them, I would say finding mentors, that's kind of an interesting process because you might not know that person is going to be your mentor when you meet them. Yeah. So I'll give a great example. Greg Reed, he's an international motivational speaker. He's a movie producer, and he's one of my biggest mentors. and he's a speaker coach. He helps me with my speaking, and he helps me with like sales training. He helps me with a lot of things. But when I met Greg, it was because I saw him speak at an event and I attended one of his events. So when I met him, I had no idea he would end up becoming a mentor of mine, that I would actually meet him and, hang out with him and talk to him and have, real mentor-mentee relationship conversations. But it happened. And so at what moment did it happen? I don't know. I can't honestly answer that, because I think it was just a process of, we got to know each other a little bit, and then we talked a little bit, and then he decided to be a vendor at my event. And then, I attended his event. And so it was kind of like this back and forth kind of thing. And the next thing, I was like, hey, can I hang out with you and your team? I just want to be around this energy, this positive energy. And so it started off like that. Yeah. So I guess what I'm getting at is sometimes our mentors, we don't know who they're going to be, when they're going to be entering our life. But when we recognize that that person is the person who's helping us to grow and become a better person, that's the time to recognize that that is a mentor of yours, and grab onto them with all your might and learn as much as you possibly can, because they are put into your life for a reason.
Yes. You have me over here smiling from ear to ear, by the way.
Oh, good. Awesome.
That was amazing. So I'm going to do rapid soul questions.
Okay.
And they're going to be really quick questions, and whatever comes to your heart and your mind, first thing.
Okay. I'm going to center myself and get my eyes closed. I'm ready. Totally ready.
Name one person you think is really funny.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Okay. The last song you listened to.
Oh, that would be The Sun Will Come Up Tomorrow in Annie.
Nice.
I actually sang it to myself. It's not that I actually heard it because I don't listen to the radio. It's been years since I have, but so I sang that song to myself this morning. And so, yeah, I'm using it as part of my elevator pitch, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What is your favorite season of the 4?
Spring.
Okay. What is one product that you must use every day?
My cell phone.
Very true. If you could go to dinner with anyone in the world, alive or passed away, who would it be?
I know this isn't very rapid. I would pick Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh, that would be the greatest.
My favorite. We would just be cracking up the whole time, and I'd learn a lot from her. Okay, anyway, go on.
Definitely. What is one book you believe everyone should read, entrepreneur or not?
Hands down, 3 Feet from Gold. Okay. By Greg Reed.
Nice.
Changed my life.
Wow. What are you looking to do next, and how can I support you?
Well, I'm actually building a program. The program is out there, and this is what I'm doing next. It's called Procrastinators Anonymous. Mm-hmm. And I turn procrastinators into actionators. And my vision of it is in the next 3 years that there will be 120,000 members in this group that I will be helping to change their life on a daily basis, that they will be taking action instead of procrastinating. They will have turned from procrastinator to actionator and be making tremendous impacts on their own lives.
Wow. Please send a link to me and I can share it with my audience. I would love to. That would be great.
Do you want to hear my little elevator speech I came up with this morning?
Let's do it.
Okay, here goes. I'm going to try to keep this to 30 seconds. So bear with me here. Got to clear my throat. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow will never come. How often do you find yourself saying, I'll do that tomorrow? Then tomorrow comes and you say, I'll do it tomorrow. Then you don't do it. This is a common trait for incredibly smart entrepreneurs. We have so much to do, but there's only 24 hours in a day. My name is Lynda West, and I created Procrastinators Anonymous to fix this problem. I turn procrastinators into actionators. If you'd like to join a session for free to see if it's a fit for you, give me a call and I will help turn your tomorrow into today.
Nice.
Applause.
Yes.
Cheers goes the crowd because that's an awesome elevator pitch.
That was amazing. You hit all the high points of what you're going to give, what they're going to receive.
Yeah.
I love
And I
it.
did song,
And you did.
because here's the thing, as I'll share with your audience, is when everybody, people get up and they do their 30-second pitch or whatever, what happens is we're all used to people saying, hi, my name is so-and-so. Here's my company name, which nobody cares about, by the way. And then they go on and say their stuff and what they do. But when somebody comes along and sings something, it's called a pattern interrupt. We're all used to everybody going, my name is, my da da da. But then somebody comes in and sings something. Now it's a pattern interrupt. And music is the only language on earth that we all can connect by, because music, it resonates inside of our bodies. And so it makes an immediate connection to the audience. Then my little song here is a song that probably most of the population has heard, at least in the United States. Now they're going to connect with me and they're going to remember the first time they heard The Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow. So I've made an immediate connection with my audience just by singing that song and changing things up.
Yeah. I love it. That was amazing. Thank you so much, Lynda, for being a part of the Soulkation podcast community. I
I
so
love it.
appreciate you for taking the time to spend with us.
Well, thanks so much for having me, Logan. I really appreciate it. And I really enjoyed our time together.
Of course. I will see you very soon.
Yes. Thank you.
Have a good one.